Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Atlanta News First Alert, meteorologist Patrick Pete here with you with our evening update. And we're going to dive into what we're tracking across the area. If you've been with us for the last 5 days, you know that we have been saying cut off low, cut off low, cut off low. And the story is still about this cut off low. And unfortunately, it will be around about this cut off low tomorrow and Wednesday. So it's a first alert weather day, not because there's just widespread stuff happening, but because this instability is still around. And there's the potential for us to get a real severe thunderstorm across the area. And we've seen that already fire up across the area. Damaging wind the primary concern, but there could also be some large hail embedded in these storms. And there is enough spin in the atmosphere that we could also see some rotating thunderstorms, so a brief tornado not completely out of the question. Things have been fairly chill for most of us for the last couple of hours. We were tracking an active severe thunderstorm warning in portions of Jackson County, Banks County, Hall County. That has been allowed to expire just within the last couple of minutes. Still tracking an aggressive thunderstorm, though, that's moving through the Lula and Gainesville areas and stretching into the Claremont community here. This is moving to the north at around 20 miles per hour or so. Now that the warning is dropped, it's not as big of a deal, but the winds could still be gusting around 40 miles per hour or so. So this is going to arrive in Alto around 7:42. That's about 4 minutes away, pushing into Mossy Creek just after the 8 o'clock hour, and then moving into Brookton and Kensington at around 8:10. Once again, not warned anymore, but producing some gusty winds, some heavy downpours, and there's some lightning in this area. And I still think that we'll be watching for at least some pea-sized hail in this particular cluster of thunderstorms that's moving in that area. We were tracking a more aggressive thunderstorm that was moving into Fannin County, Gilmer County, kind of towing that party line there. It's now moving through Blue Ridge. It's really just rain right now with a little bit of lightning, so not as impressive in the latest radar scan. And we're tracking a scattering of showers right now that's along the I-85 corridor. If you're in Lawrenceville, Decula, Sugar Hill, Suwannee, all the way towards Houston, you're picking up on some decent showers right now. Not a whole lot in the way of lightning in this particular area. Nonetheless, something that we'll keep our eyes on it. In the broad view is just showing that this moisture is going to continue to funnel in as we head through the next couple of hours. It's that southerly flow that's going to bring it in. I don't expect it to be widespread. This isn't going to be something that impacts everyone. This is just your official heads up that there will be the potential at least for some spotty showers and storms as we head through the evening. I think as we get through the next couple of hours, the risk for those storms to be on the stronger side, the severe potential, really starts to drop off the closer we get to 10 o'clock, but we'll still keep a rain chance around through the overnight, just once again, not widespread. It's going to be the spotty showers and storms that we've seen unfold this afternoon. Heading into the day tomorrow, we'll keep the first alert weather day going, not because it's going to be any worse. I actually think that the severe potential is going to go down a little bit tomorrow. So if there is a risk for severe storms, it's going to be incredibly isolated. I think it's just going to be more rain and run-of-the-mill thunderstorms, but it's going to happen, and it's going to continue this process of rainy or at least spotty rain chances that we've been dealing with for the last couple of days. The afternoon is where we have the best chance of seeing any of these showers and storms start to fire off, and then we see things really start to improve as we get through your Wednesday. About a 40% chance of showers and storms Wednesday, not so much a first alert weather day. I think we're fairly dry as folks head out of the door. In the afternoon, once again, I think that's where we'll see the shower and thunderstorm potential start to pick back up. The coverage, as you can see here, as we stop at noon on Wednesday, isn't everywhere. It's going to be fairly isolated, and admittedly, with this type of setup, with the low pressure system spinning around, exactly where the band sets up isn't necessarily what you take away from this, unfortunately, especially considering this is about 48 hours out and it's the setup of an area of low pressure. It's the wraparound moisture that you really take away. So there'll be a spotty shower or storm or two Wednesday afternoon, but it doesn't look like this is going to be an overwhelming situation for anybody on Wednesday. And then we trend drier as that low finally pulls off towards the north and east. And even as we head into Thursday, it's going to be a drier setup. Theoretically, it won't be because of an upper level low. It'll honestly just be southerly flow that brings in cloud cover. It's going to bring in moisture in a way that the dew points are going to tick up. And we talk about the dew points all the time because every season the dew points tell a story. In the wintertime, whenever the dew points get into the single digits and teens, we start having chapped lips. We start being, sorry, I'm about to turn country on y'all. We get real ashy. And all of those things because the lack of moisture in the air just aids in drying our skin out a little bit faster. In the summertime, when the dew points get into the 60s, we start to feel a little uncomfortable. They get into the upper 60s, the 70s. We're in humid territory. We're in that downright disrespectful territory. I don't think we're going to be there this week, but you will notice an uptick in the humidity. It will be more humid than it's been in quite some time. It's going to feel a little muggy out there. So this is your official heads up. Be prepared for it. Admittedly, nobody should be surprised. We are in the month of May. We're moving towards the middle of the month of May. We're inching closer to the month of June, which, in June is when summer starts. So this uptick in humidity should be no surprise. You should have all been waiting for it, and here it comes. It is going to feel a little bit more muggy as we head towards the end of the week. Something else that comes with this southerly flow, the increase in dew points, the mornings are going to be warmer, right? Morning's going to be starting off near 70 degrees as we head towards your Friday and Saturday. And even Thursday, some spots are going to borderline start off with some very warm mornings. And that's just another sign that it's going to be more humid because not to have a nerd moment, but part of what allows temperatures to cool at night, it's the amount of moisture that's in the air, it's the direction of the wind flow, and it's the amount of cloud cover. There are a couple of other aspects, obviously, because the air mass itself matters. But whenever you have more moisture in the air cannot cool as much during the overnight, right? So you start to have these warmer nights. We start to use a little bit more electricity to keep things nice and cool and comfortable through the overnight. But it also means that the afternoons are going to theoretically be warmer because if the southerly flow is keeping us at 70 overnight, if there's no clouds or no real widespread rain or storm opportunities and no wedge, then there's nothing to keep us from getting into the upper 80s. So we're forecasting highs. They're going to be flirting with 90 degrees as early as Thursday. I think Friday is going to be the best chance of seeing a 90 somewhere on the map, but it's going to be the upper 80s through the end of the weekend into the beginning of the weekend. Notice there are low-end rain opportunities here. It's just run-of-the-mill southerly flow, bringing in the opportunity for some pop-ups. Nothing terribly organized. It will not be as widespread as some of the rain opportunities that we just saw over the course of the last 5 days, but it's something that you should take note of. And that's why the First Alert Weather app is amazing because with pop-ups, a lot of our producers here, that we've given them a lot of conversations about pop-ups, the dynamics about what allows them to pop up and what happens. Unfortunately, forecasting has made a lot of advancements over the last 50 years, but determining exactly where a pop-up will pop up is just not possible. But what we can tell you is that the atmosphere is definitely conducive to those pop-ups happening, and they pretty much always happen. So the First Alert Weather app is like the tool to go along with these forecasts that we give you online and on this platform 8F Plus and, of course, on TV, because whenever those pop-ups do fire up, you'll get an alert saying, hey, lightning 11.5 miles away. You click on that, you can actually pull up your phone and it'll show you on radar where that lightning is. You can radar in your hand. Like, so I told you it's coming, and now you know where it's at, and you can move accordingly. That's going to be the nature of the game as we head towards the end of the work week and into the weekend. I do think that Saturday's rain chances, at least from what we're starting to see, looks like it's going to be kind of north of I-20, at least earlier in the day. But there's going to be a lot of dry time in the weekend. So if you have any plans to get anything, I mean, there's festivals, there's the streets just in general. I wouldn't cancel being out and about. This isn't the type of situation for that. These are very low-end, isolated pop-up opportunities, but something we'll be tracking. It's going to be warm. This is going to be the time of year that I turn into, me and the entire First Alert Weather team, and for that matter, the entire Anchor team as well. We're going to be reminding y'all to hydrate because we want to be in the streets with you all as it gets warmer. Our tank tops, our flip-flops, our shorts, having a great time and doing all things that adults do, but part of that means hydrating and making sure you're staying healthy, because whenever you're taking part in a lot of those other things and you're not putting water into your system, it takes less time for your body to be dehydrated, right? Not to mention your recovery time, especially once you get over 30, like most of us in this room. Your recovery time the next day is a little bit longer. You feel the impacts. I don't have to talk. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. So just remember to hydrate as we get into this stretch of the year where temperatures are going to start to get a little bit warmer. We're getting into the fun months, the poolside weather and all of that good stuff. I always tell y'all I'm going to keep y'all for a good time, not a long time, and we have arrived at the end of this session. Thanks to everyone that's joined us on YouTube. I see your likes. I see your views, but I don't see any questions, comments, or suggestions, this means we're winning. All right, listen, we're going to be timing out these storms tonight at 10. We'll give you the latest update on where we expect those showers and storms to be as we head into the day tomorrow, and then we'll give you a fresh, updated look at our forecast, because we do forecast in between shows just in case things change. We get new data in, and then our thinking, our thought process changes, and things evolve, and we'll take you through that process if that happens. For now, I'm going to leave you to your Monday night rituals that I know many of you are taking part in. And I will see you guys tonight on Atlanta News First at 11. Y'all have a fantastic Monday.